Hello everyone! In this video we will talk about Python if statement and booleans. This is one of the video from series Python for beginners. You can check them all in a collection. I left the link above. Better watch them one by one in order you see in collection, so you will get the information more structured way. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave your reactions in the comment section below. It would really help me and support me to continue make videos like this one. So let's talk about if statements, what it is. In Python, an if statements allow you to control the flow of execution of your program based on a Boolean condition. The condition is the Boolean expression that evaluates to either true or false. If the condition is true, then the statement within this if block will be executed. If the condition is false, then the statement will be skipped and the program will continue execution and the next line after the if block. Here are a simple example of an if statement in Python. So I'm using for this video PyCharm Community Edition. It's absolutely free. You can download it and use it as well. So I will just write my small program. So I will just set x to 10 and I will write the if condition. So I'm starting with if, then x, we would say more than 5. Then I use colons. After that, there is the new block and this was our condition, if x more than 5. And now what we have to do, the instruction that we have to do if the condition is true. So for us, we will just do some print and we will print x is greater than 5, for example. So just a simple if condition. So you see we have the condition, we will check whether it's true or false. If it's true, we will go and make this instruction. So let me just run this example and we will see that we have print here that x is greater than 5 because our condition is true, because x equal to 10 here. So in this example, the condition x more than 5 is true, so the statement print x is greater than 5 will be executed. So as you see, the output of this program is the x greater than 5. So you can also use else to specify a block of code that should be executed if the condition in the if statement is false. So for example, if x more than 5, that you want to print this. If not, then you want to print something else. So let's make some modification for previous code. And first of all, let's change our x and we will, instead of setting it here in code, we will ask for the input in terminal. So we will just use input and we will just write, please enter a number, just like that. I will put it as an integer because we want to check to compare two numbers, two integers. So after that, we have our statement, if x more than 5, then we should print this one, else, just like that, colons, then we will print that x is not greater than 5. Just simple program. So let's run it. And we need to put the number. So let's firstly check that x is more than 5. So for example, 6. So if 6, we will go to this block in the code and you will see the result that x is greater than 5. Let's run the program again and write, for example, 4, which is less than 5. So here we will get false. So it means that this block has to be printed. So you see, and as the result, we have that x is not greater than 5. You can also use elif. It's short for else if to specify additional condition to be tested. So for example, let's modify this program. So instead of else, we will use elif, and we will write the condition x less than 5, then b is less than 5. And then we will add else, and we will print if it's not more than 5 and it's not less than 5, then it's probably 5. So we will write that x is 5. So let's run this code again, and now we will go to our elif statement. So we need to put the number which is less than 5, which is 4, and in the result we will see that x is less than 5 because 4 is less than 5. If we run the program again and we will put 5, you will see that this condition and this condition both will give us false. So we will go to the else block, and in the result we will have the result that x is 5. Before talking more about if statement, let's run it again with the debugger. So we will see how the how the Python is moving through the code. So we will just use debugger in our PyCharm, and we will enter the number. So the first case, we will enter something that is more than 5, which is 10. And you see our code is stopped. So we can check here whether x more than 5 giving us true or false. It's true because 10 is more than 5. So if we will step into our code, you would see that we will go to this block right here. And in the result, we have the x is greater than 5 printed. Then if we will run the code again in a debugger mode, and we will enter the number which is less than 5, it would be 4, you would see that firstly, it would check this condition and we will get false. So if we will step into our code, you will see that it will not step to this part because here is false. It will step to elif part. So step into my code. You see that it stepped here. So if we will check the result here, you would see that it's true, which is mean if we will step into the code, we will go to this condition, to this statement to be printed. And in the result, we have this statement printed here. Let's run it one more time, and we will enter 5 now. So you know already that 5 more than 5 would give us false. So we will step into the code. 5 less than 5 will also give us false. So if we will step into our code, we will go directly to the else block and we will print that x is 5. So this is how Python execute these if statements. It goes one by one until it will get true or else. So here are some general rules for writing if statements in Python. The if statement must always start with the if keyword, like here, you see, followed by a condition, and in the end you should use semicolon. So we have if word, we have a condition, and we have semicolon. Here could be different conditions like x equal to 5, x more than equal, it's less than equal, and etc. So different conditions could be here. The condition must be a boolean expression that evaluate to either true or false. So x more than 5, it gives us either true or false, depending what is x. The statements that are executed as the result of the if condition being true must be indented. In Python, the standard indentation is 4 spaces, or you can use a tab for that. So here you have an example how to correctly format if statement. So you see we have the intent here, which is 4 spaces here, and we have semicolon. Now let's talk about some important things that you need to know. You need to know about true and false, which called booleans in Python. So any non-zero number or non-empty object is true. So for example, let me just clean it. If we will write the condition if x, then print x is true. It would work because if we will have our x non-zero number or any objects, it would work. So let me just do it. So for example, I will put 4. You will see that x is true. But if I will put 0, you would see that we don't have the output here because 0 would be false. So zero numbers, empty objects, and the special object called none are considered false. Boolean and or operators return true or false. So in Python, the or and operators are often used in if statements to combine multiple Boolean expressions and create more complex conditions. The or operator allows you to specify multiple conditions, and if any of these conditions are true, the overall condition will be true. So for example, we have our x. So we would write if x more than 5 and or we're talking about or now, or x less than 20, print x is true. So in this example, the condition x more than 5 or x less than 20 is, if we would run it and we will put in the x something like 10, we will get the result that is true because 10 is more than 5, so we got true, and 10 is less than 20. But for example, if it would work even if we put something like 30. You see 30 is more than 5, so here we got true, but 30 is not less than 20. But if any of these condition is true and we are using or, it means that we will go to the next line and we will do the statement here. So let me just do that. Just demonstrate. So you see x is true. So, oh, sorry. So it is mean that you need to have just one true for or, if you have something to or, for it to work. But if we will talk about and, the situation is different. The and operator allows you to specify multiple conditions, and all of those conditions must be true for the overall condition to be true. So for example, instead of or, we will use and now, and if we will do our code with 10, we will get true. But if we will use 30 now, we will see that this part would be true and this part would be false. So overall, the condition would be false, and you would see it now that we will have nothing to print. So you see that our condition is false. So this is the difference between or and and. You can also use the not operator to negate a Boolean expression. So for example, instead of writing if, you could write if not x more than 5, then print x is true. In this example, the condition not x more than 5, if we will use 10, it would be false because 10 is more than 5 and we have our node. So it means that we should use the number that is less than 5, which is 4. So you could use if not as well as an operator. In Python, you can use also like make a simple version of these if statements by using ternary expression. So what is ternary expression? It's a shortened version of an if-else statement that allows you to specify a condition and two possible values, one for when the condition is true and the one when the condition is false. So the syntaxes for this ternary expression would be something like that. So we would just write, for example, we want to check whether x is positive. So we would just write x is positive. Then we'll write if x more than 0, else x is not positive. So this, I would just use print here. Oops. So this would work, and it's the same if you would wrote if x more than 0, print x positive, else print is negative or is not positive. So it's the same. This part and this part are doing the same, but you see that this part you can write in one line, and this is called ternary expression in Python. So we'll just delete this one and we will run this one and we will write -6. So we see that x is not positive, and if we will run 6, you will see that x is positive. So this is the way to write a simple if-else statement in one line, and it's look clean. So ternary expressions can be useful for concisely expressing simple condition logic in a single line of code. However, for more complex logic, it is often easier to read and understand an if-else statement with multiple lines of code. So it's important to know that the value of a ternary expression is always one of the two possible values, depending on the condition. In other words, the ternary expression does not execute any code, it simply returns one of the values. So that is all about if statements in Python. I hope you got the idea behind them, and all you need to do now is just practice and try to write more complex if-else statements. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions or you need any help, leave your comments in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do it yet. So thanks for watching, and remember, knowledge is our superpower. Bye bye.